I tried Luna since I already had Prime. Played Devil May Cry 5 since it was free with it for this month. I played it up until you unlock V, launched it from the browser on Chrome, game started up quick, ran fine, didn't really notice any delay between when I pressed a button and when something happened. I have decent internet, and my monitor is a weird square, so it was probably streaming at 720p, but it goes up to 1080p. You can pause the game and Alt-Tab whenever you want from Chrome. I have an old computer with integrated graphics, but I'm using Windows 10. Not only did it run fine, the fan was completely quiet, or at least as quiet as it really gets. I'd show footage, but when I tried to record with OBS on the same computer, while streaming the game from the browser, that's when the fan started up and the input became delayed. Probably because my computer was about to be destroyed. After I stopped recording and closed OBS, it worked fine again. I'd recommend closing the browser after you exit the game and everything. There are free games rotating each month with Prime membership, or you can pay a monthly subscription for Luna. It's $6 right now. $3 for some kids-specific thing, $5 for a retro thing, then some weird Jackbox shit and overpriced Ubisoft thing. If you don't have Prime and you've got an old computer, I'd recommend trying the normal Luna package. They also offer a 7-day trial so you can try it out yourself and just cancel if it doesn't work out. They have a client you can install, but it worked fine from Chrome. They also sell a controller, but you don't need it. I just used an Xbone controller, with a USB cable and everything worked fine. It showed the controls and everything on screen. It was good. They're also offering some founder's price. I think it means if you lock in now and keep paying monthly, you'll stay at the same price even if they raise it, unless you cancel your subscription. So if this seems like something you might like, I guess now would be a good time to try it. I'm not being paid for this because I have 40 subscribers. No one's gonna pay me anything. And of course, if you have a good computer already or terrible internet, there's no reason to use any streaming service or games. I think it recommends 10 megabytes per second for your internet connection, by the way. Make sure you check your data caps before streaming too much, especially at 1080p. You don't want your ISP to overcharge you. If you're broke, you've got a shitty computer, no new consoles, and a decent internet connection, you might want to give this a try. Unlike that shitty Google streaming service, you don't need to buy the games to play on the streaming service you're already paying for. You just pay for it monthly, and play whatever games it's got. Okay, day 2. It's shit. It's pretty bad today. I did it the 1st of March, that was yesterday, it worked fine. And then today, the 2nd of March, around the same time I think, a bit after 4 p.m, I started up and the menu seemed a bit weird. And then when I actually tried playing as V, the movement was incredibly delayed. It was unplayable, like several seconds after you pressed something, before it actually did something. Weirdly, when I jumped out here, the audio pretty much immediately, but the video was delayed. I closed Chrome, opened it up, did an internet speed test. It was 190 megabytes per second as opposed to 200 yesterday. I think it's still fine. Started the game up again, and again it was, incredibly delayed. I recorded video with my terrible, ancient cell phone. It looks bad, but you can probably still see when I press the button or, move the character, when I press on the stick, and when they actually fucking move. Several seconds after. I actually was only doing this today. I had the cell phone charged and everything, because I didn't record anything yesterday, and I wanted to show how quickly everything moved. It's possible that because I'm just doing it through Prime, that they give Prime members worse service if there's a bunch of people playing, and maybe for some reason more people are playing today than yesterday. I'm definitely not going to give them money to find out, though. Generally, when it's a bad service, you don't spend more money on it. Or maybe, they're overloaded, it's early on, they just launched, publicly. Maybe they'll get better, more consistent, right? But until then, maybe I can't actually recommend it. I mean, you can still give it a try if you have Prime, might as well, and if you want to try the 7-day trial, you can, but maybe now's not the best time for that. It's not great to pay for a subscription service and possibly have the game work great that day, or have it be completely unplayable and just, try a couple hours later, or the next day, or 2 days later, or a week later. It's not really a good deal. Day 3, it's still bad. The lag's just as bad, if not worse, than it was yesterday. March 3rd now. I think 3 days is good enough to get an idea about how this service is for now, and think I'm done for a while. Just upload the video. I wanted to give it a chance and see if it got better after yesterday, but no, it's still bad. I did an internet speed test again. It was 200 megabytes per second, and I didn't show the latency, but it was the same latency as it was the first day. There's no problem on my end. My internet's been fine the past couple of days. It hasn't cut out or anything. I haven't had any problems watching videos or anything. It's fine. And again, I haven't been running anything else in the background.